have a drink, have your say. All opinions here today. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Enjoy your stay. Webby, GA, and Matt are here today. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Come and have your say.
So, we have a 6-team top league, and thank God for that. Except I am old enough to know, and stop sniggering in the back, I am old enough to remember leagues of over 20 teams. Still, we have to admit it's better than it could have been and better than we feared. So, we can now say welcome to the Premiership to our newest team, Northampton, a team that will be promoted by, well, we don't know. The team will be named, we don't know, with colours, we don't know, and the team will consist of 7 riders that we also don't know. Their first match will be, well, we know that, April the 20th, we think. Also welcome to Robert Coleman, who's just taken over at Ipswich, who says that the product is not the problem, that the promotion of the problem has been the problem, and is ruffled feathers in the process. Only in Speedway.
Love it.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
In the studio we have Chris Webby Brown, we've got Matt Buck and myself. Am I going by Michael these days, or am I going by GA now?
No, you can go whatever you like.
Okay.
Idiot,
that'll
Idiot
do.
works well.
Before we get started, it is strange when you hear of one of your heroes, because in your mind, that hero is still as they used to be, hearing that that person is 70 years old. And Les Rumsey was one of my heroes, was a rider that I will have seen, rode for Canterbury much of his career and won the title with them. Sadly passed away just a week or so ago. So we'd just like to say all of our thoughts are with Les Rumsey's family. Rest in peace.
Yeah, a bit before my time, was very, very briefly at Wolves, I think.
He was, yes.
The ill-fated National League season in '81. Yeah, so obviously condolences to Les, his family and friends, but I think Canterbury is probably the club that he's best associated
with, yeah, I would say so. So, anyway, Webby's joining us. Hello.
He's got board sitting right there, so he decided to come round here. We
should tell everybody we have a new all-spangled system. Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, it does look good, yeah.
That Webby spent £1 on.
Wait till you see what we've done with the prediction leagues.
Well, there are things that you can do with that, which Chris will tell you about in a moment. But basically, you can join in this show a lot easier now without using your pennies on your telephone. You don't need to download anything like Zoom either. You just need your computer, basically. Am I right? Yeah. And the muttering in the background there was Chris saying yes.
Yep. We don't give him a microphone when he's over here, so.
So we have a new team, of which we can't say an awful lot about. We would have loved to have bigged them up, if you like, but we just don't know what's going on there, do we?
Well, it's still not really ideal, is it? 6 teams. It's not ideal either, of the fact that we're onto the 10th of March and we've only just found out. I mean, we knew who the team was. We've known for weeks.
Well, we spoke about it last time.
It's just this big secret that nobody's allowed to talk about, I think. But I think even at this stage, we haven't started the 2026 season yet, and I think they've already got to start looking at 2027, because we can't be in a situation 12 months down the line where this happens again.
Surely they are looking at it. Surely.
Well, this is the BSBL we're talking about. They're famous for not seeing beyond the end of their own nose sometimes, aren't they? Sometimes, from what a lot of people say. And there's the first one of the season.
Hey. like to say I'm sorry, but I think you'd be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets somebody to do this on purpose, didn't he? And there's another one.
There's There you go. Oh, sorry for the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't want to be. I mean, and it's absolutely crucial as well that this Northampton team doesn't just make up the numbers. You know, without, I don't want to bring up bad memories, but we saw what happened last season with, well, the last 2 or 3 seasons with Birmingham barely winning a meeting, Oxford last season barely winning a meeting. Can't afford that again. Absolutely can't.
How do
afford
they
that
avoid
again.
it, though? I mean, they're going to have to pull something out of the bag from somewhere.
Well, you'd like to think that you know, moves have already been made. I mean, you know, I think the obvious one really is Jarman Lindsay, who's obviously not being fixed up with Bellevue this year, so he's a potential. I mean, Wright was very, very impressive in the Australian Championship.
Yes.
Admittedly, not the strongest of fields in that competition this year, but he could still, you know, be very much a rider that could be, you know, come back over here and race for Northampton. It's a big gamble for any rider as well because it's a completely new track. Nobody knows what the track's going to be like. We've seen photographs of the venue. It looks a pretty good venue. Some nice facilities there. There's been obviously been a fair amount of money spent on it. And obviously for nomads like me and you, it's reasonably easy to get to Northampton as well. So it's a potential for a away day visit. All the away day visits for me nowadays. But
Same. Yeah, I mean, I did have a look at where it was, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad.
yeah, it's about an hour and a half away from where I live. So that's, I mean, it's probably a bit closer for you, isn't it? So than that.
Got a chance, yeah.
Yep.
So,
Well, we wish them well, and it's nice as well that we've got a positive, the fact that we are getting a track opening rather than the track closing, which is what we've had over the last few years.
and positive that Ipswich has been sorted out. Now, we've got a little bit more to talk about with Ipswich, I guess.
Yep.
Including, I mean, he's coming like a wrecking ball. We should say that I forgot his name
Richard
again.
Coleman.
Richard Coleman, thank you. Is part of the company, Mayfield company, that actually owns the rights to the FIM Speedway World Championship.
Yep.
So he knows what he's talking about. He's done a few other things as well, and I think he's going to be is involved with Red Bull in one of their motorsport things. I can't remember which one, but it might be no, I'm not going to guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's. But this is what he's come out and said, and
I did think we might talk about this, to be honest. So.
and I think he has ruffled feathers. And the first thing that he said, which probably, I know has ruffled some Ipswich fans' feathers, which he said, our main concerns were also not regarding Ipswich, but the league as a whole and the current situation with Speedway in the UK. As an Ipswich fan, you can imagine they're going, well, no, you should be concerned with us. But I actually agree with him. And I think there should be more of that.
I think there should be more, yeah.
More of the concern of the product as a whole rather than your interest. And I think it's that actual attitude that has brought things down.
That's landed them in this mess,
Exactly,
I think. So.
exactly. He's gone on to say, I'm just reading from the Speedway Star, by the way, great. It's one of the best publications, sports publications around, I think.
Yep. Don't take it for granted, people. So.
No. The issue in our sport is that it is not promoted in the right way. During my address to the FIM Conference Commission in Lyon, I went off on a tangent about the sport of darts. Darts was huge in the 70s and 80s, but by the early 2000s it was dying. Total revenue was 6.5 million in 2006. Today it is 59 million. We'd like 2.6 million, I think.
I bet you'd snap your hand off for that, wouldn't they?
The sport of darts is overweight men stood at the jockey throwing small arrows at a board the crowd cannot see. So now he's upset everybody that likes darts. I cannot see without a big screen. The sport is promoted extremely well. It is fun. There's a great atmosphere and the players' stories are told, all their rivalries, history and drama. Our sport is so rich in this regard and yet woefully promoted. Allow me my blissful ignorance, but Ipswich needs to be a loud voice within the BSPL and the other teams, and we need to lead by example. Ooh.
What's it gone down well in rugby? I don't think, in the corridors of power.
I don't think it will. I mean, we've heard nothing, no comeback from it. It's going to be interesting to see. We might see we can get a few people on the programme to talk about this over the coming year.
Can't really disagree with that, with a lot that he says, though.
I can't.
I don't think.
I can't.
I don't think the sport has been promoted properly, for many, many years now.
The other thing that he said was that there's nothing to stop Speedway as a product working in today's age. It has a short format, doesn't require a big attention span. It's exciting. It's 500cc motorbikes with no brakes. The product itself is not the problem. The promotion of that product has been the problem. Which is what... Has he been listening to our show?
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's what we've been saying for a long time.
The only thing I would say, it does remind me a little bit of 20 years ago when Reading were taken over by Benfield Sports, and they came in with all these, big ideas.
Yes,
and within 18 months, they'd obviously pulled out, and the upshot is, of course, Reading only ran for another couple of years. I'm not saying that was Benfield's fault. But
No.
I don't think that helped.
The problem, the possible potential problem is that he's come in so brash and bold, and he ruffles too many feathers, and they don't let him do that. He's got a battle ahead of him to get some of these ideas out.
John Berry was first to ruffle a few feathers when he was at Ipswich, though. He was a hugely successful promoter for many, many years. He's not the first promoter that's come in and done that.
Speedway was in a much better position than it is now. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you keep doing this, it's a sign of madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, it's just not. That's madness. Yeah, there you go. Who brought the turkey in?
Pete Clark says they'll probably find him. Tolly got fined for wearing a hat. So. Yep.
So, breath of fresh air, I think. I mean, so some of the things that you spoke about, nothing wrong with Speedway. It's a short format. It's not a short format, though. Not the way it's done.
Oh, no.
Not the way it's done. It's a lot. There's just too much downtime, far too much downtime, and that's needs to be brought up to date. It needs to be made more exciting in the same way that darts has he speaks about darts, the whole colour of the thing. I mean, I think they spend more time coming onto the match than they do having the match sometimes.
I'm not personally a huge darts fan, but whenever I do see it, you can't dispute that there's a great atmosphere, and there's a real razzmatazz about it, and you can sense there's a real excitement amongst the crowd for the action to start. And that's something that Speedway sort of lacks badly. It's got all the ingredients it needs, to be a really exciting sport, but quite often it's just one where we're all just standing around on the terraces waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, and the clientele are getting older and older and older because new people are. Well, why are you just standing around in this cold weather?
Yep.
It needs to be improved. It needs to have technology brought into it with apps and so on. I mean, I've said this for a long time now.
I cannot believe, GA, that we're in 2026 and there is not an official British Speedway app. I can't believe it.
Well, you can.
Well, you can, yeah,
It's
but it's just every other professional sport, their governing bodies got one, haven't they?
So was that for me to read?
Yeah, it doesn't matter now.
Okay.
You've got nothing now.
I've got nothing.
And you're missing a really great show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fred Graham says a comment was made to me that the promoters of the Championship and BSBL and Premiership do not talk to each other. So this could be a reason. Seymour.
Did you say Seymour?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't do that anymore.
Oh, you can't
read.
do it.
No,
oh,
no.
Oh, well, I can't read. Sorry, Fred, I can't read the rest of your comments.
Yeah,
Then,
then. There we go. Can you read it now?
Nope.
You must be able to.
Nope.
It's on Facebook.
Let's not have a row on the air.
Oh, let's have a row on the air. That would be Speedway. Can you see it?
Here we go. Never the twain shall meet comes to mind. That could be a reason why one big league didn't happen. Well, I think it's quite well known that, the Premiership and the Championship are almost promoted as separate entities, aren't they, really?
Absolutely.
Which I don't think helps.
Yeah, I don't think it helps. I can't believe it didn't become one big league, but I think the nail was hit firmly on the head there. That they don't talk to each other. They don't. They've got a different way of doing things, haven't they? And you have to. I guess you have to say at the moment the Championship is the more successful league.
First time, obviously I've supported the club that I've only ever known as being a top flight club, but I'm probably looking forward to the Championship more this season than I'm watching the Premiership, and obviously that's going to be as a neutral. So yeah, and obviously we will be looking at the Championship teams, obviously, because all the Championship teams now are constructed, so we are going to start sort of, now that we've got all the nonsense out of the way, then we can
start looking at who we think's going to win the damn thing and get it totally wrong as per normal.
Yeah. Phil Taylor says even Plymouth have a nap this season. Surely the BSBA can get one up and running. So
you would think. I mean, I have spoke to different promoters at times about this, and they've all come up with the answer that it costs too much. And I've said, well, I know somebody that's in university at the moment that would do it for you. And in fact, he even started doing it on my say. So I said, start putting it together, and he did. Which is my son, because he was in university learning computer science, and he would have done it as a project for university.
I think you've told me this story before, and he just there wasn't any interest, was there?
No interest whatsoever. So
yeah,
hopefully, people realise that.
Jim Turrell says the new promoter of the Witches has got it right. Basically, kick out the dead wood and let fresh grass grow. Too many promoters stuck in their own ways and not for the better of the sport.
The sport is run by individual clubs, and it shouldn't be run by individual clubs. It should be run for the sport, not for the clubs. And as soon as you have that situation, I can't think of another sport that does that.
No, I can't.
It doesn't happen anywhere else.
May have a say, but not to the extent that they do in Speedway.
No. It's, I find it frustrating is what I find it, because this is a great sport.
Yeah.
And the other thing that it was talking about excitement, that always promote Speedway as family sport. Well, families ain't turning up anymore. No. What do families want? Excitement, extreme sport. You look at all the stuff going on with the Winter Olympics. All the sports that are up and coming that are getting the bigger crowds are things like the snowboarding and the snowboard cross and the extreme sport, the ones where they go up in the air, and that's what you need to look at. I don't think it's that people have got a short attention span at the moment. I think it's just that they're used to their hours being filled with something, and sitting down or standing, twiddling your thumbs while the tractor goes round. And maybe you can't avoid the tractor going round, but there are other things that you could be doing while the tractor's going round. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. We're all in agreement. I hope it works out for you. Hope it works out for. Have we got any comments on the?
Yeah, Simon Corbett, Simon, the former prediction league champion.
Rubbing it a bit.
Ipswich have got a solid side. I would agree with that, to be honest. With all the stuff that's been going on in the side being put together late, it's
not bad.
It's obviously not got the razzmatazz of having Doyle and Seifert off at the top end. Obviously, we will talk about the Premiership more in the next couple of weeks, I think, once we sort of get more of an idea of who's going to be running in the Northampton team. But I think having Scott Nichols in particular, that one stood out for me, because that sort of adds more fuel to the speculation that Scotty's looking to make this his last season. Obviously a final season at his hometown club.
How old is he now?
48,
48,
49. Sorry,
48,
Scott.
I think-
Sorry, Scott, if I've got that wrong.
I think it's 48. I think you're right.
Same age as me.
Yeah, how long ago was that? Then he was the same age as you.
Same age as my trousers.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll do it. I mean, I don't think the league is as strong as it was last year.
No, it isn't. It's it's effectively a championship league with one or two extra big names in. I think
I think Toba's Mujlak is going to be a good signing for them as well.
Yeah. So it depends on which Mujlak they get. I think so.
Always, but
so
he's always done well at Ipswich, though, hasn't he?
yeah.
So
Just too expensive for the standard of riders in top league to pay, said Simon Corbett.
Well, Bellevue have managed to get Bewley and Kurtz again, haven't they? So they've certainly won't have come cheap.
no,
Absolutely not. So I mean, really and truthfully, if you're going by top end strength in the top league at the moment, Bellevue look head and shoulders. I think at the moment.
Yeah, I would
they're
agree.
The strongest side. So
I would agree. We don't ever want to see it, but there's always that whole thing of injuries. How do you replace those riders if they get injured?
yeah,
And Peacock just says 47.
that's Scott Nichols' age, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, he's not bragging about anything then. Okay. But,
That's not what I owe him or anything. I promise you.
families want excitement, and to be honest, far too many races are won from the gate, says Barry Young.
Do you agree with that statement? Before I
I agree to a point. I think one or two of these clubs put the emphasis on their team winning the meeting as opposed to I think some of these promoters would rather a comfortable, well, maybe not comfortable because obviously there were bigger wins, man. They have to shell out more
money, yeah.
prize money, but I think a reasonably comfortable home win against a team that's sort of maybe struggles to win the matches on the home track.
But
we've almost made winning too important, really. I think that's the same in a lot of the sports.
This speaks back to what we was talking about of it being clubs' own interests that come to the fore rather than the sport.
Yep.
And if the sport was run properly, there would be something in place to say if a track didn't meet certain standards, they got fined or something.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm aware, nothing like that's in place, although maybe somebody
At the end of the day, the home promoter or the home club, they can set the track up as they like, because at the end of the day, they're going to want the track set up the way their riders want it. So, I mean, we saw last season,
and it's been like that for it's been like that for a very long time.
Well, we saw in the Championship Playoff final last season, didn't we? The first leg of Pull was pretty turgid, wasn't it? Not much in the form of great racing, and the second leg at Glasgow was an absolute cracker.
Absolutely.
But Pull will turn around and say, "Well, we won the title." So,
and which again speaks to that. What I'm saying, it's you can't blame them as an entity for wanting to do
no, absolutely
the best for their team. So you have to take that side of it out of the equation. Tracks are so important for our sport.
What was it in the 80s? Did Cradley go something like 4 or 5 years without losing a home meeting?
Please don't swear.
They were not just winning home meetings; they were winning home meetings about 60-30 most weeks, weren't they? I don't think the Cradley fans were too fussed about that because they just wanted to see their team win.
Yeah.
So, which is fair enough. At the end of the day, you do want to see your team win. I always wanted to see Wolves win, but I wanted to see good racing as well.
Good racing, yeah. That's what brings people in.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if you win by 2 points, the feeling you get.
What's the old saying? Happiness is 40-38.
40-38.
44-46 doesn't quite
No,
sound
it doesn't
the same,
scan, does it?
So,
But so it was ever thus. So that for me, that's one of the things that needs to change. Less say by the clubs. Yes, saying how they promote to an extent, but even that they should have to fulfil certain targets. there should be a lot of the promotion should be done on a national scale, not club scale. Also, so it should be, centralised in that sense. While we're on the, changing the subject, in fact, we should give a mention to Leicester, talking about tracks.
Yes.
Had their stadium damaged over 2 separate nights. The Hydroscand Arena. Badly damaged track equipment and the perimeter fencing. And they actually started a GoFund page with the aim of raising £10,000. I just had a look at it before we came out. Yeah. It's got up to 13,000.
Oh, wow.
Wow, well
Pretty good. Yeah.
By the way, that won't just be Leicester fans. By the way, that'll be
Speedway fans,
in
yeah,
general. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Because we keep being spoken about as the Speedway family.
Yeah, but it does come together in one thing. Speedo's
getting
never
smaller and smaller.
One thing Speedo's always been very good at is always, when things like this happen, it always sort of comes together and helps other teams out. So.
Right, so unless we've got some more comments to go through.
There's a big one there. Do you want to read that big one from Phil?
It's gone now.
Okay, I'll
read it.
I'll review. Okay, who decides the dates of meetings? Is it the promoter or the BSPA? As Plymouth have Edinburgh and Berwick away like most seasons, the same weekend, and a great weekend it is. But this season, it is when the Commonwealth Games are on, and hotel prices have tripled. If you ask me, that's a ridiculous decision to have one of its not longest journeys of the season whilst the games are on.
I think they guess it,
Yeah.
and then they circulate it around all the promoters, and they say, "Well, I don't want to do that," and you want, and then that comes back, and then they rehash it again, and it goes to the promoters again, and they talk, and they talk about it amongst themselves as well. I think they like ring each other up and says, "Well, do you want to, that date that you got there against such and such, we'd prefer to that. Is that okay? Can you do a swap?" And all of that sort of so you get an idea they sort of do it. But whether they think about things like the Commonwealth Games, I'm not sure. I must admit, I missed that. I didn't realise the Commonwealth Games was on this year.
Yes, this year.
And I love the Commonwealth Games.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I can't remember whether it really affected Birmingham, of course, when Birmingham had the games.
Yes, it did. Because we weren't allowed to run for a couple of weeks. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because it was virtually on our doorstep.
Yep.
And they changed all the roads.
Of course, yeah.
And made it awful.
Glasgow's promoter said that after last year's playoff semis and finals, the sport was the winner. We had big crowds in both matches, over 2,000 at both, and lots of new fans to our sport, ready to come back in 2026, says Fred Graham.
Yeah, I didn't see the semi-final against Edinburgh, but I know you did. And you said it was an absolute cracker. Wasn't it? The final was fantastic in itself, really. I mean, there was always going to be a big crowd, I think, especially for the semi-final, because it's Glasgow against Edinburgh, and there's a huge rivalry. So, yeah, David Albright says, hope Northampton are going to get an air fence. Looking at photographs, they've got a metal fence for the stock cars. Well, they will have an air fence. They can't run without an air fence. It's simple as that. So.
It's one of the reasons we guess that they're taking such a long time to get together. They've got to put a lot of things in place. Looks a nice shape.
Yeah, it does, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to, obviously, some point this season, hopefully we'll be going down there to have a look at it. So
just hope that the fact that the stock cars run there as well.
Yeah.
That's a worry, because they're not always great bedfellows.
Well, we know that from obviously when Birmingham were running at Borsley, so.
Yeah. It's,
trouble is the standard of riders in most of the races is vast, say Bewley, Cayennes, spread out.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem, I think. Some of the meetings in the especially involving Bellevue, I mean, you're going to have one rider 30 yards in front, one rider
still starting,
totally around the back, two in the middle. It's not really a spread even races, is that really? So Jeff Daniel says also World Cup on this summer could affect crowds. Well. Obviously, it's in America, isn't it? America, Canada, and
different
Mexico,
time
different
zones.
time zone. So,
yeah.
Unless everybody refuses to go because of Trump, so we won't go there.
Well,
so.
I think that's more likely he's refusing to let people in at the moment. But, yeah, we went there instead.
Yeah, Pete Clark says, nice to hear the British final is on a Saturday. Pity it will clash with championship fixtures. Well, of course, the British final was on Saturday a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really understand why they changed it back to Monday last
No,
year.
we spoke about this at the time, didn't we?
So I'm delighted, and that's definitely something I've got penciled. I think it's August the 15th, so it's later in the season than normal.
2 days after my birthday. Not that I'm telling anybody that.
Yeah, so that's what you want in your card then. 2 tickets for the British final.
That'll do me. Just one will do me, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the price is going to be on that as well.
I think there's quite a few people not very happy with the price for the Grand Prix tickets for Bellevue. But, but obviously we'll probably talk about more as
we come close to it.
Episode. Okay.
£13,000. I'm just reading some of my notes. BSN are covering all the matches. They have one ticket price for the championship, one ticket price for the premiership, or a ticket price for combined. Mm-hmm. I think they're a little bit more expensive than last year.
I think they are. Yeah, I mean, obviously, they are. This is the only.
It's the only channel you
watch
can watch
Speedway now. So they are. I suppose you can't really blame them for doing that, but it's still, I think, a reasonable deal. I mean, the quality of the coverage, as we've talked about before, it's probably one of the best things that's happened to British Speedway in the last 20 years.
If anybody, I will say this now, if anybody, any sort of television company out there are thinking of saying, do you know what, let's give Speedway a go, they should hire BSN to do it.
That's it, absolutely.
Because it's just the best I've ever seen. Even going back to the old days of Dave Lanning.
Yep.
Anybody out there remember Dave Lanning?
Well, Simon's just asked the question about how it works with the wildcards. Well, it is actually in the statement with the FIM Speedway Grand Prix of Manchester taking place before the British final on the weekend of June the 5th and 6th. Proposals for the wildcard and track positions in the SGP will be made by the BSBL Board of Directors to the Speedway Control Bureau.
Oh.
So
promoters saying we want our rider in. No, we want our rider. That's what that'll be.
£20 more than last season for a combined coverage. Not too bad, says Jeff.
No, it's not too bad when you consider how many matches. Although there are less matches in the Premiership this year than there was last year.
Well, you've got Premiership and Championship. Do they show some National League meetings as well occasionally?
Do you know what? I don't know.
I've got it in my mind that they have shown one or two National League meetings, but that might be me. So
I'm sure somebody out there will be able to.
Yep.
Right, so shall we start going through the championship?
We've got 25 minutes, so
very quickly. So we'll just sort of, and then give our predictions. Don't go. A very quick overview of riders.
Okay. Right, so we'll start off with the Berwick Bandits. So they've got Peter Kilderman, Nick Morris, Victor Polvera, Lassie Fredrickson, Joy Etheridge, Jack Smith and Reed Batty. That's the Bandits team for 2026.
Out of 10?
I'd say 5 or 6. So I'd say that's middle order. I don't see that as a playoff team. Nick Morris obviously made pretty reasonably successful comeback at the end of last season. Yeah. Jack Smith, I think, is a key man for them because
I would agree.
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, you saw him at Birmingham. He made a real big impression when he rode for Birmingham in the National League, but he's not really kicked on. It's 10 years ago, isn't it now? Yeah. So it's, Peter Kilderman, always an exciting rider, but
he's towards the end,
going towards the end
of his
career now. So I see that as a bottom half team in the championship myself. I don't see that as a playoff team, but yeah. End of the season, we'll be congratulating Berwick because they win the league. But so.
And the next one.
And the next one is the Edinburgh Monarchs. So they will line up with Dan Thompson, George Loftus, Justin Sedgman, Jonathan Grant, Mitchell Clough, Kai Thompson and Paco Castagna. That's the Monarchs team for 2026.
I don't see them as a championship winning side.
I think they might maybe struggle at reserve. It's a good, solid enough top five. I mean, they weren't fancied to do that well last season, but they finished in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
they really, for me, they let Glasgow off the hook in the semi-final.
Yeah.
At one point in that semi-final, they were about 20 points in front.
That's
weren't
right,
they? And
that's
they let,
right, yeah.
saw the last couple of leads. Glasgow got back into it and got a bit of momentum, and then did the job.
They sort of crumbled,
on
really.
Ashfield, really. But I think it'll be on the fringes of the playoffs this
Okay.
season. So the next one is the Glasgow Tigers. They'll be looking to bounce back after the missing out, obviously, against Poole in the final. So they line up with Freddie Hodder, Sam Hagan, Carl Howarth, Kevin Yule Pedersen, Leon Flint, Mario Housel, and the bomber, Chris Harris.
Solid all the way through.
Yeah, good side.
Big year for
So
Leon.
few unknown quantities there, aren't there, really, in that side, to be honest. Freddie Hodder, I think, I was impressed with him. Obviously, we've seen him ride a couple of times at Birmingham in second half there, but that was the first time we've seen him at a higher level. And he looked quite impressive in the...
He's learnt a bit.
yeah, Carl Howarth's obviously good value in that league. Chris Harris is just Chris Harris, he just never ages, does he, the bomber? Leon Flint's made good progress over the last few years. They got a good top end. I think they'll be in there. They'll be definitely in the mix. So I'd have them as a top 4 team.
Me too.
Yep. Okay, so we'll go for the Oxford Cheetahs next. Only Championship and National League for Oxford this season. So they line up
Only.
with Anders Rowe, Sam Masters, Eric Riss, Luke Colleen, Mitch McDermott, Darryl Richings, and Dale Wood.
I don't know what to make of this team.
Strong top 5, I think.
I think so.
Reserve might be a little bit of an issue, but their top 5, I think.
It's nice to see that Anders Rowe's got a job.
Yep. I saw certainly the two Aussies I saw with Mitch McDermott and Dale Wood. I was quite impressed with them in the Australian Championship. They sort of, neither of them ever looked like winning it. Mitch McDermott reminded me a little bit of Lee Adams, similar, not massively similar riding style, but certainly looked like him in terms of the leathers, if you like, with the classic red and black that Lee Adams used to have. Looked fairly comfortable on the bike as well. I think that's a good, strong top 5 for Oxford, and I think that, for me, that I'd have them as a top 4 team.
Okay, there's a few that agree with you.
Right.
You remember the BSF?
I don't go on that very often these days. But,
No.
Okay, so the next one is the Plymouth Gladiators. So they've gone for Scott Nichols, Danny King, Joe Thompson, Daniel Klemer, Tobias Thompson, Tom Spencer, and Ben Barker.
It's not a bad looking side, is
I
it?
think that's a good side. Obviously, they've got some,
They've got a few fanciers on the BSF actually.
yeah, they have. I like the look of that team, to be honest. They've got obviously they've got a lot of experience at the top end in Nichols, King, and Barker. Tobias Thompson, I think, obviously we saw it was it Birmingham last season.
Yeah.
He impressed at times, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Obviously, the Plymouth track is completely different to
Anyway.
what Perry Bar was.
But the Scandinavian riders seem to quite like short tracks. So.
Yeah, and obviously I will be going down there again this season at some point. So I think Scunthorpe is the meeting I'll be doing in May, so I'll be looking forward to that
Could
one.
be a good one.
Yep. So, but I think they've done things right, Plymouth. It's obviously they've started out with, as you've said many times, tracking a field. Nice little setup there. I think they'll be. Whether they'll get top 4, I'm maybe not so sure, but I think they'll be certainly mid-table, sort of higher mid-table, I think. Okay.
Yep.
So the next one is the Poole Pirates. So they line it with Richard Lawson, Will Cairns, Fraser Bowes, Louis Kerr, Dan Gilks, Zach Cook, and Cooper Russian.
A lot of good young riders there.
Yeah, Richard Lawson, obviously excellent number 1. He's very, very good at Wimborne Road. You would
Cooper Russian, Will Carnes. I mean,
Cooper Russian, I was really impressed with him when I saw him at Perry Bar last year. Yeah, they look, you know, they look solid all the way through as well. I think you'd be hard pressed to. I don't
One
think,
thing you know about Paul is if
it's
things
not-
aren't working, they'll fix it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I suppose that's to their credit. If you like, I know it doesn't always go down well with a lot of people, but yeah, you'd be a fool to write Paul off. So the Red Car Bears are the next one. They've obviously done pretty well over the last few seasons. So they line up with Charles Wright, Jake Mulford, Jason Edwards, Jordan Jenkins, Jake Allen, Ace Piper, and Jody Scott.
Feel a little bit scared for them.
Explain.
I'm just don't think I think they're a bottom of the league sort of team.
I mean, they've got a good number one in Charles Wright. I mean, obviously, he knows that place like the back of his hand now, doesn't he? So whether he'll get enough support on some of the away tracks is maybe a bit of a that might catch up with Red Car a little bit. But I think that's a good solid team myself. I think they seem to do it every year now, don't they?
Okay.
Red Car. They're a good example, I think, in a lot of ways, aren't they? Because for a long time, Red Car always seemed to struggle, didn't they? They always, seemed to get the rides that nobody else wanted, and they were always near the bottom of the league. But they've built it up well in recent seasons, so they'll be hoping that continues. So next up are the Scunthorpe Scorpions, and they line up with Josh Pickering, Ryan Ingram, Connor Mountain, Luke Harrison, Michael Palmtoft, Nathan Ablett, and Simon Lambert.
Simon Lambert at reserve might well be a trump card for them.
Yeah, they've got a very good number one, I think, in Josh Pickering.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
think getting him is a real
And
coup
that's
for them.
That's a good track for him as well. I think
Yeah.
that track will suit his style.
Yeah. Again, I think they'll do well at home. Scunthorpe. Maybe not do quite so well on the road, I think. Yeah. So in the mix, I think Scunthorpe, but I don't see them winning it. But I think
Interesting, quite a lot of BSF have got them in last place. But
Apparently, Matt, you're an honorary Glaswegian now, drinking Iron Brew. Says Fred Graham.
no, he just got caught short earlier. That's
It's the same colour, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
So let's move on then to the final team. That is the Workington Comets. So they have signed Jonas Jeppesen, Tate Zisk, Vinnie Ford, Troy Batchelor, Craig Cook, Nicholas Holm Jacobson, and Jamie Etheridge.
I mean, you have to say that the whole of the championship looks very similarly built.
I think it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good, solid league this season. I think the biggest question probably is going to be over their top two riders, isn't it, Batchelor and Cook? Because on the day, they're very good riders. It's just whether they're going to be consistent enough.
Yes,
We know Craig Cook has had his problems in the past. Hopefully he's put them.
I hope so, because
them behind him.
it's not nice to see some of the vitriol that has followed him. And I know he's made some, shall we say, unwise decisions, but there are reasons behind it.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that's...
Yeah, I mean, so hopefully this season, that's another track that I'm hoping to get up to at some point during the year, Workington, because obviously there's a lot of, praise for the quality of the racing up there.
Yeah, I've never been there yet, so
yeah,
that would be a good one for me to go to see this year.
Still wonder really whether they maybe went a bit into the championship maybe before they were ready. I mean, obviously we saw last season they had to curtail the season for a few weeks, didn't they? Because of issues they had off the track. Hopefully they're behind them now, and they'll be looking forward to a good season. Okay, so that's your full breakdown of the championship. Obviously, we have sort of rushed through it a little bit, but we're up against the clock a little bit. So, but we have obviously looked at the sides.
So now it's time to put your money where your
Is it
mouth
top?
is.
It's top four, isn't it, in the championship now?
top
Not
four,
top six.
yeah.
He has been top six in the past, hasn't it? So
It has, yeah.
okay, so I will go for a top four of Poole, Oxford, Redcar, Glasgow.
Okay. I'm going to go for a top four of Poole,
Yep,
Oxford,
yep,
Glasgow,
yep.
Plymouth.
That's a big shout.
I know.
Wouldn't they could do it? That's sure.
I just-
They got the experience at the top end. Obviously, Nichols and King, and obviously Ben Barkett knows that place like the back of his hand. He's obviously from that.
And
From
just
around there, so.
and also there's a big part of me that would just feel like I'd like them to do it
Yeah,
because
it's a bit of
you
an
know,
bit of an underdog, aren't they? You know, they've say so. Yeah, very friendly place. You know, I really enjoyed it when I went down there last year. So.
You never know. I might be able to find a way down there. It's a long way. It's a long old way.
It is a long way. You need to sort of be going down there for a holiday, really, to get down there. But yeah, and I think certainly having Scott Nichols there will get them a lot of a lot of good press as well. You know, 7 times British champion. The general consensus, as I said earlier in the show, is that this might be his last year of racing. I think, as I say, going back to Ipswich as well as
He
possibly.
ain't had a bad career, has he?
He's had a remarkable career, and he's still on his day capable of getting the big points. He's not the rider that he was 20 years ago, but he's still more than capable of getting big
He
points.
did a job
in that
for
division.
Birmingham, didn't he?
For a brief period,
For
yeah.
a brief period, he did quite. Yeah, he was the best rider for us, and that which says a lot. But
Matt, when you come to Plymouth, you know where to stand with all the bar bandits, and you will be most welcome, as always.
Thank you very much, Phil. Is that Phil or
Phil Taylor.
Yeah, it's all going to be Phil
how
or
much,
Skipper. So.
how much did that cost you?
Your friend.
Can't
One and
remember.
only
So
friend.
you can't remember how much that got you.
No, I can't remember now. So, to be fair, I was going to be doing a long drive back home the following day, so I didn't.
No, I meant for him
Push
to
it.
say that. How much did it cost you for him to say that?
No,
Gosh.
I'm not telling you that anyway.
Okay.
Simon's gone for Paul, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Plymouth.
Ooh, leaving Redcar out then.
Remember, guys, you are welcome to Glasgow on a Friday night anytime. And then you could go to Workington on a Saturday, first beer on me.
As
You
it
make it up to the
happens-
Theatre of Speed.
As it happens, I might well be making a trip up to Scotland in the summer for a little holiday. So
Okay, you can do a recce.
Yep.
it's not confirmed yet, but
See if they allow us up there.
It's funny, is it? The only places that we welcome seem to be a long way away, aren't
Yeah.
they? Plymouth and Glasgow. So.
yeah,
Isn't
but
it?
any place is a long way away in the speedway world at the moment for
For a
us
Midlands
to-
fan,
for a
yes.
Midlands fan. Scotland seems to be the hotbed of speedway at the moment, really.
It does. It's going well there, isn't it? So obviously with Berwick as well running. So
Red car's not.
yeah,
exactly.
Workington's not too far off across the border as well. So
So was there a time when Scotland was not on the Speedway map?
I don't think so. I think there's always been.
there's always been a presence for Speedway in Scotland, isn't there? So
Yeah, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Raleigh were they Scottish?
yeah, Paisley weren't they?
Paisley
they ran
as
through
well,
it,
yeah.
So.
So is Berwick classed as Scottish? Or,
It has been.
has
I
been.
don't think at this current time. I think it's south of the border.
Yeah.
But it has been north of the border before now.
Yeah.
I think I'm right in saying that. Somebody will tell me if I got it wrong. I'm sure.
Well, they play in the Scottish League, don't they?
in football,
Berwick
yeah.
Rangers,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they do.
So it is. I mean, I have been to Berwick. I think it is literally right on the border. So
It is.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Excellent.
Right.
Are we going to explain how our new league is going to work? Or do we need more time?
I can do, yeah. So
Because there are matches coming up, aren't they? So we could.
yeah, I think the first meeting is on the 22nd. So the first meeting will be posted up on the 21st. So we will post a link. So obviously in previous years, obviously you've just posted your scores on the Facebook page, but we are putting a link on there so that you can select all your scores from a drop down, and it will.
We're going digital.
Yes. Yeah, we will. I'm pretty much happy with what I've set up so far.
Yeah.
I
Had a sneaky look. It looked good.
Yep. So we'll all will be revealed. We will try and make an idiot's guide for using it. So
Hopefully it'll be easier for you as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
The
That must be
first
a part.
first actual match is the Tyne Tees Trophy, which is Redcar Bears versus the Newcastle Diamonds Select. So it's not a.
well, obviously it's not going to be classing that one because it's not a.
But the 22nd is the Scunthorpe versus Redcar.
Yeah, that's the first one, I think. Yeah. Well, of course, before that, we've got Nicola Clint's
Nicola
testimonial.
Clint's and the Peter Craven Memorial as well.
Yeah, but we're not going to be including those matches. So it is going to be league matches, possible exception of a Grand Prix and British final as well, but all will be revealed. Motherwell also held Speedway. I don't remember that. That's got to be a long time ago, isn't it?
I don't remember it, so it must be a very, very long time ago.
Coatbridge as well, yeah.
Coatbridge, I
was
remember.
Coatbridge,
Yes, yes, Coatbridge, I remember.
Yep.
Gosh, I mean, it's all these teams.
And where have they gone?
Clive says that Swindon could be back. The council have refused Speedway demolition.
Okay, I mean, I was hearing sort of
Rumblings about that again.
yeah, rumblings and not good rumblings, but that sounds positive. I still, like you, have my doubts about whether that's.
And our online historian, Linda Book, the town of Berwick has changed hands between Scotland and England 14 times.
Okay.
It is Scotland at the moment, so I think.
Nobody wants it. Is that the?
I've been through it.
Linglithgow as well. Oh yeah, that was a Conference League team, wasn't it, Pete? Linglithgow.
Lingley, is that
Is that a real name?
is that Welsh?
No, it's in Scotland. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know where. I'm not totally sure of whereabouts in Scotland it is. So, but it was only a small little train track. I don't think it's not there now. But
Ooh. Where is? Can I just ask this? Where is the furthest away Speedway ground stadium in the UK
Furthest away from
from
what?
here?
From here. Probably Paul or Plymouth, I would have thought.
I would have said Plymouth. So I think it'd be Plymouth or possibly one of the two Scottish clubs.
Right. Okay.
I would say it's Plymouth. I guess.
I'll have a look on Google later.
Yeah.
Motherwell's track also held a few long track meetings, says Fred.
Okay.
I don't.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's going back a long, long time. I don't remember Motherwell ever staging Speedway. Not in my years of watching it. So.
So, well, we've got just a few more minutes left.
Yep.
Shall we have bets? I mean, this is stupid. On who we think is going to be
With real money.
the Northampton promoter. Is it going to be somebody new? Somebody that we know of?
Nigel Tolley, you think?
Well, I've heard nothing.
I'm not so sure.
that means you've heard something.
No, I'm not so sure myself.
No, I've heard
think
nothing
he,
about that.
I think he might be in trouble with somebody if he gets back involved in Speedway again anytime soon. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything to that effect. I just thought it's sort of a bit like his MO, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming in late into the season, last one to get the team together.
I haven't heard anything, but I would not be surprised if Peter Adams is involved.
Interesting.
I haven't heard anything, but I know that he's, he hasn't ruled out getting back involved with Speedway. I think his preferred option would be Wolves because he's a Wolves man. But at the moment, there's nothing going on with Wolves at the moment that I've heard. So
Haley says Pete Adams.
yeah. Simon Corbus is Chris Louis. Be an interesting one. Having just walked out
Wow.
just left.
Crikey, there used to be Speedway at Hampden Park.
Yes, there was for a couple of years, wasn't there, in the
That's
early 70s?
That's a big stadium.
Don't know
that
that
is.
one.
That's a big stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Simon's gone for Chris Lewis.
Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Ipswich fans would not be impressed with that, I don't think.
I would be very, very surprised if Chris Louis picks up somewhere else.
I mean, it could be a syndicate. All of the above could be part of it.
Do we know what colours are going? Colours
What
are they
about
playing?
Phil Morris?
Oh yeah.
Be a conflict of interest, wouldn't it, if he's the...
Would he have to leave one to go to?
It's never stopped any other.
I don't think the chairman of the chief exec would be able to run his own club in that league.
He could be part of a consortium, though.
No, I don't see it being Phil Morris, but there's a few names being bandied around. But I say I don't. I mean, obviously it's not going to be one because you're only allowed to have one. You're not allowed to have one promoter right now. Obviously, the rules changed after the sad loss of Tim Stone. Yeah, but I personally wouldn't be totally shocked if Pete Adams is involved there.
Alan Phillips.
Well, they don't know him down there, do they? So.
No,
Is he still around? He's not involved in Speedway?
no.
No.
That was his one and only. He just he run us into the ground, and then that was his only involvement in Speedway.
Oh, right.
As everybody
Yeah.
breathes a huge sigh of relief.
But he must have been a Speedway supporter before then.
Well, he always claimed he was, didn't he? So
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd never seen him at Perrybar in the years before he took over there.
Well, no, they both claimed, because there was two of them originally. I can't remember the other guy's name. now.
Oh, Chris Lucy, was it, the other guy?
Something like
Yeah.
that. But they both claimed to be Speedway fans, and he later admitted he'd never watched Speedway match in his life, and it was Alan Phillips'
Yeah.
enthusiasm, I suppose, brought him in. But let's not go over those old cars.
Well, we did have him on the show, didn't we? Alan
Yeah.
Phillips, he was in here, wasn't he?
Was there? Yeah.
Yep.
Sat in that corner there.
He did, yeah. On his own. We sat over right over there.
Oh, dear.
Right, well, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks now. I'm watching the BSPL site like a hawk to find out who is going to be
We don't
promoting
even,
it.
we don't even know what the
Northampton.
nickname is yet, do we?
We don't know
It's
what
not listed on the fixture list as just Northampton Speedway at the moment. So
Yeah. Have you looked at the Northampton? Have you looked at their website?
I haven't, no.
It's interesting reading. It's just one of these. Is it Fastnet? I think just holding the site.
Yeah.
There's nothing on it at all.
Oh, holding page.
Holding page, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing on it. So
Pete Clark says Harry Redknapp. Good grief.
I was going to say, what happened to Harry Redknapp?
interestingly, Harry Redknapp was on Radio 5 Live today. Just happened to turn the radio on, and he was on Radio 5 Live, and he was talking about Cheltenham. He was
right,
talking about Spurs. He was talking about lots of things.
I saw that.
Did you mention Speedway?
Not the time that I heard him.
No.
I mean, maybe it happened before I got on there, but I don't think Speedway was mentioned.
It wasn't, no.
So, did you hear it?
Yeah, he bought 36 horses, apparently, or something like that.
He brought 36 horses.
Yeah, he bought a whole stable of them, yeah.
He,
Oh, he loves his horses, doesn't he?
does, yeah.
well, that's I mean, he was talking about Cheltenham and stuff, but you'd have thought if he's brought in to promote Speedway, that would have been a perfect
Oh, crikey, yeah.
opportunity for him. Even if they're not asking him the questions, it would have
Just
been
wear a cap.
It would have been a perfect opportunity for him to say something.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
When they said, well, what are you up to? I think they said something along the lines of, "What are you doing?" Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
this great sport,
yeah.
but
Great sports, yeah.
maybe he's not involved anymore. I've heard nothing at all.
I'm going to talk to Speedway Tavern, so, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Probably best not to have me on the show when he's feeding. So.
No, I think it'd be much better to have you on the show. That sounds like fun. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so as soon as you say that's it, that'll be it.
Will it really? Well, that's it then. So, before that's it, in actual fact, we will. You have not talked about your new system. Let's just tell everybody all about it.
I don't know what to say about it really. Well, it's a new system. We got new machine. We've got new cameras. We've got new mics, and we've got new software. There you go.
But how does that benefit them?
There's a lot more interaction. When you get your screen, you'll be able to see the comments flash up on your screen
Yep.
without going somewhere else to have a look at them.
Okay, but as I understand it, if people want to take part in
If
the
anybody
show,
wants to take part,
this
now
is
you
the
will-
important bit. Come on.
You will not need any software. You will not need Zoom or anything like that. All you'll need is a link that we'll provide, and that'll bring you straight into our studio amongst these vagabonds. Easy as
There you
that.
go. So
Easy as that.
yeah, what we're saying is we would
and
really
it
love.
works as well.
Yeah.
It works.
Okay. We would really love you guys to take part. Would they do just tell you on the shout box or what? What?
Yeah. If somebody wants, I'll just send them a link for next week's show, or when next time we do it, they can come in.
There you go. So we'll have a few
Even
of you.
say for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just pop in.
So we'll have a few of you on the
those
show
shows.
talking about matches that you've been to in the week.
Well, we would love that this year. We'd
Yeah.
love that this year, to be fair, if we could have somebody from, giving us reports from matches that they've been to in their areas. Because obviously, as you say, we're both obviously on the scrap heap now with our clubs not running at the moment.
So there you go. Right, and with that, thank you everybody for joining in.
2 weeks, I think we're looking at being back, aren't we? So.
We will see you in 2 weeks because I'm off to Prague. See you soon, guys. Enjoy your Speedway. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Speedway Tavern. Speedway Tavern. Speedway Tavern. Welcome to the Speedway Tavern. Enjoy your stay. Welcome